The information discussed in this PILCast episode are merely opinions and do not constitute formal policy or legal guidance of any kind.
Hello and welcome to another PILCast, the video blog where we talk about important federal procurement innovations in 10 minutes or less. I guarantee it. I'm Scott Simpson with the DHS Procurement Innovation Lab in Tay. As you can see, it's another PILCast travel edition. Now, where in the world is Scott traveling today? Well, today I'm on the border of North Carolina and Virginia, and I'm at a place called the John H. Kerr Dam and Reservoir. It's one of my favorite camping spots in the Northeast. Now, you might say, a dam and reservoir, that doesn't sound like a great camping spot. Well, innovation. We're going to see how and why it is. So, this dam and reservoir was built in the 1950s by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to control flooding and actually to experiment and innovate with some hydroelectric power generation. You're still not seeing the innovation, but here's where it comes in. They've got this beautiful 50,000 acre lake now. And people see it and they say, geez, that looks like it'd be great for boating, fishing, and camping. And the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says, hey, we're going to listen to our customers and we're going to let them have what they want. And so they opened it up to these things. Well, now they've got another issue. How are they going to manage all the bookings for this? And you know what? Not just the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers had this problem. So did the National Park Service, and so did the U.S. Forest Service, because a lot of different agencies operate camping sites and reservation sites. So they all got together to create recreation.gov. Fantastic website for finding your camping, for booking your camping. You can see little pictures on there of like what the campsite looks like. You can see a map of like how far it is to the showers and how far it is to the beach and all these things. Just a wonderful resource. Well, how did they get that? Well, there were 14 different agencies that said, hey, we've all got the same problem. Let's work together to solve this problem of how people are going to book campsites. So they got together and this wasn't their first rodeo. They knew that people had something very specific in mind when they wanted camping. They wanted pictures. They wanted maps. They wanted other things to see rates, right? So they used a technique called customer experience to go out and talk to those customers about what they wanted in a booking experience when they were booking camping. Because they didn't just dream it up and say, well, when I personally like to go camping, this is what I want. No. They didn't just rely on what they knew people wanted. They went out and they actually talked to people. They talked to the customers who were actually going to use recreation.gov to ask them what they wanted in a website for booking camping and parties and all these other things. And doing this, they were able to build recreation.gov in just 15 months. That is incredibly fast. And it's a really great website from my own customer experience. So this is something that has been around in the agile and the digital world for a long time, customer experience. It's also called CX, if you've ever seen that term, but I'll just call it customer experience today because this is something that you can use actually for anything that's going to be used by a customer. Whether it's a telephone line, whether it's a website, whether it's a service that you're going to provide. These are all areas where you can provide or where you can use the customer experience innovation to go out to ask your customers, hey, we're building this for you. What do you want to see in it? Really great resource. Sometimes it's also called Involve End Users. Sometimes it's called Jam Sessions. It goes by a lot of different names, but it all has that same criteria of what do you want in the service that we're going to provide to you. It can even be done for products. Say you're buying chairs, and you go out and you survey the workforce and say, what do you want in a good chair? That is something that I know I was constantly complaining about when I was in the office before I started working from home and got to buy my own chair. And I definitely do not have any complaints about the chairs here at the beach. But you can go out, you can use customer experience, you can use jam sessions, you can use all these things to engage your customers before you actually start to build your requirement, before you start to build your solicitation, so that you get a better result. And with that, I think I'm going to go and jump into this really warm water because that is one of the best customer experiences here about the John Kerr Dam and Reservoir. So if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications of all the next ones, and maybe we'll all pop up again this summer in another PILCast travel again. Until then, see you later.